wherever you are on this globe. Welcome to Mike Agajanian's YouTube channel. I am just going to make sure that we have sound that is working, and we'll go right into the conversation. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds. There we go. All right, we got sound. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mike Agajanian's YouTube Live. Today's conversation is going to be a very sensitive. Somebody has to do it, so it's going to be me. If you are a sports fan and you grew up watching any type of sports, basketball, football, baseball, and everything in between, you have to know very fine at its job, very obnoxious at times, but he's very good what he does. The one and only Stephen A. Smith, ESPN and YouTube channels. He has his own show, I believe it's called The Straight Shooter. Just a couple of days ago, with all the new drafts that have been taking place in the NBA, there's been a lot of different players coming to LA or going from LA. Unfortunately, Stephen A. Smith this time around decided to cross his lines. I'm sure he's done that in the past, but not on live TV or on his YouTube channel. And he showed his true colors by speaking disgustingly, crossing all boundaries, and showing his true colors as a racist, disgusting sports analyst, as he calls himself. So, if you didn't hear about this, let me just kind of give you a breakdown of what he said. And of course, you can find this on his YouTube channel, Stephen A. Smith's The Straight Shooter. He called pretty much, hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? The Los Angeles Lakers had drafted a couple of new players from different teams, and now they have three who happen to be white basketball players. I never thought that the skin of the color had anything to do with your sports or what's up, brother? I see you, man. How you doing, buddy? Did not know that your skin color had anything to do with what sport you're playing. But apparently, to Stephen A. Smith, hit the like button if you haven't done so, guys. I would really appreciate it. He decided to claim that if you are a white male and you're playing basketball, especially the NBA, you have no chance of winning a championship because you're white. uh, let's see what this guy's saying here. So, can you just analyze that for a couple of seconds? Imagine if a white ESPN analyst had done the same exact thing. If a white sports analyst in ESPN employee went on live TV and said black basketball players are going to ruin the NBA for some crazy reason. Or if you're black, then that means you have no chance of winning a golf tournament, a baseball, football, or you can't be a father, or you can't. I just, it doesn't sit right with me. And if you haven't noticed, this is not just a white boy speaking. I am definitely not your typical white Caucasian, as America has typically given us a title, right? I am just speaking as a normal US citizen. And watching Stephen A. Smith is something that I used to enjoy because he had a big mouth and he was very obnoxious, but he spoke a lot of the times things that other ESPN representatives would not. But this time around, I think he definitely crossed the line by pulling out the racist card and claiming that if you're a white basketball player, the, not just any white basketball player, but if you were the top leaders of your team, in this case, it would be Los Angeles Lakers. One of them happens to be Luka Doncic, and there's two other players who have joined the Los Angeles Lakers who are white. So, and they're considered to be their best players of the team. So, if your best players of the basketball team are white, then you have no chance of winning a championship. This is not me saying, I am quoting the one and only straight shooter, so called straight shooter, Stephen A. Smith. Now, how would Stephen A. Smith feel if another ESPN reporter came out with a different story, but about black people? Do you understand that that person, whoever that may be, would not have a job, would be terminated immediately, and will be banned from any sport analyst career that he ever dreamed of? He would be done, wrap. But here we are, listening to ESPN representative speaking about white basketball players and their failure to win a championship. Maybe Stephen A. Smith has a delusional problem. I'm not sure what his issue is with white basketball players, but somebody needs to remind that so called sports analyst that there's been multiple talented team leading championship players in the NBA who have successfully not only won the NBA title, but they've also claimed the MVP title. Does a person named Larry Bird ring a bell? Stephen A? Or you no longer represent the 80s or the 70s? Because it wasn't that far, that's for sure. How about Dirk Nowitzki from the Dallas Mavericks? He was white. Wait, hey, how about Luca, the third all time leading scorer in the NBA? Jesus Christ, man, did you forget who Luka Doncic is? Who Larry Bird was for the NBA? Dirk, Luca, and I'm sure I'm missing so many names right now. Tony Kukoc? Oh, yeah, he was not a good player, right? He was just a shadow for Michael Jordan in the Chicago Bulls. Luca Longley? Yeah, you wouldn't consider him as a top player. Of course not. Of course, some of the best NBA players have been and are still black athletes. But that doesn't give you the right to go onto your bullcrap of a straight shooter and disrespect the entire current, past, and future white entertainers who will come to this league and make a name for themselves and represent the NBA in the highest respect possible. So for you to go onto your YouTube channel and make those claims and to continue representing ESPN is what really shocks me. Nothing else. Because we know, I shouldn't say we, I will separate myself with the rest of the crew who believes that you're a racist. I, personally, myself, I am convinced, even prior to this comments you've made, that you are a racist. So please tell me, Mr. Stephen A. Smith and ESPN representatives, how are you still representing ESPN? How is ESPN still allowing for your name to go on their sports channel? If you are offended from Stephen A. Smith's comments, please let me know in my comments. If you don't care about his comments, please also let me know in the comments. Do you think those comments that he's made about white basketball players could not win a championship? It just blows my mind. It really does. I never thought that someone like your category, your education in sports, and your career that you've had, that you would make those ridiculous comments. It blows my mind. What's even more frustrating is that you still have a job with ESPN. And again, as you could see, I am not a white boy for me to sit, for you or anyone that's going to be watching this video to say, oh, here he goes again. You know, white people always being racist. And one comment was made by a black person. It's not a big deal. I'm not a white boy. But it hurts me to know that there are people who are supposed to speak about sports and sports only, get off the sports topics and go into these conversations of racism, hatred. How can you, as a black man, speak about racist, non white? Oh my God, it just blows my mind. If this was vice versa, nobody would have a job. Hey, just seen the match. Was Egypt robbed? No, man. Come on. Egypt was not robbed, baby. That's Messi. That's Argentina, baby. What you talking about? All day long, Messi did his thing, and Argentina did its thing, baby. No, I don't think it was robbed, man. Why do you? Clear penalty. Wait, hold up. Where was the penalty that you were saying clear penalty? What portion of the game are you talking? Because there was a lot of uh, fouls and a lot of missed calls against Argentina, but I don't remember a scene where Argentina was supposed to be penalized and they did not. Please remind me of the time of the game. Second half, first half, Argentina is just they were if they lost that this game, I would be mad, but I wouldn't be mad in a point where I'm like, oh man, I can't believe they lost. They deserved because they were sleeping and they think like the Chicago Bulls used to think. We could turn on, but I believe it should have ended 11 penalty to Argentina. All right. Well, this day and age with all the technology, Egypt got robbed. Okay. This day and age with all the technology, there's not a lot that people miss out, Um, Mo Salah was fouled. I get it. Okay. Didn't they go and review that, or did not even get a chance to review it? I was middle of physical therapy during that time. I had a patient I had to care for. I had my phone on the side. I was trying to watch as much as I could and attend to my patient, but it could be possibly. I'll go review that. But if I'm not, but no. but on penalties, Argentina would have won. Yeah, that's also true. Even if they went to penalties, that Argentina goalie, man. I don't have much respect for him as a person of what he did last World Cup, but I have a lot of respect for him as an athlete. He is one hell of an athlete, brother. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I bring a lot of uh, different videos, different curveballs I throw at you guys. Today we're talking about Stephen A. Racist Stephen A. Smith. I got down with France versus England final. All right. That's going to be a hell of a game, bro. At the end, who you taking the final? Who do you think is taking the final? Let me know. Who do you think has the finals? Rolled out of Let me know who do you think is taking the final this year. I'm still sticking with Argentina till the end, but France is definitely scary. England is definitely scary, but they first need to get to the finals. I'm glad you guys threw a different conversation in this, but because this Stephen A. Smith situation is really pissing me off. I don't know if you guys seen his clip on his YouTube channel. The straight shooter, as he calls himself, went ahead and called white players have no chance of winning the NBA finals because of them being white. That's how he claims. I believe it be France and Argentina final. All right, you and I are on the same page for sure. I am definitely calling that as well, just like last World Cup. It will be again, unless England pulls a fast one. But I hardly doubt. I think Mbappe is too strong, too talented, and this year they also have the experience. Let me get this NBA 2K out. You want friends, okay? Are you here in California? Where are you watching from? Are you a native of France or no? Just a fan. UK, all right, buddy. Scotland in the house. Good for you. You guys also got an amazing team. What's the time difference there, by the way? Are you guys comfortable with the World Cup? A little bit tweaking for sure. Damn, it's 1:30 a.m., bro. You still up, huh? Good for you. Well, it's gonna be a hell of a World Cup, man. It's gonna be an amazing World Cup ending, that's for sure. My heart is broken for yet again for Ronaldo. This guy, man, the whole team I feel is strictly playing only for Ronaldo. They're not playing for the team to win. They're doing everything in their power for Ronaldo to hit goals. And as you know, if you're a soccer fan, this is a team sport. Today, Messi, he couldn't have done that all by himself. It took a whole team to come back and beat some ass. And they sure did. And I believe Egypt started to celebrate a little too early. Never, ever underestimate the heart of a champion. And that's what Argentina and Messi are. They are the champions. The world, the ultimate world champions. Baby, Argentina's about to do it all over again. And if they do this back to back, oh my God, bro. I'm going to go, as a fan, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose my mind. I love Argentina. So I'm hoping that they will go ahead and do it again. You win some, you lose. But it's all about, for sure, man. For sure. My background is Armenian. I would give anything for my Armenian football team to make it, just make it to the World Cup. But unfortunately, we don't know how to play team sports. We're individually amazing athletes, boxing, wrestling, anything that is not team related. But when it comes to team sports, we suck. That's why we've never seen. We almost made it to the World Cup, but of course, Ronaldo and his team went to Armenia and smoked us 4-1. That was our only shot. If we had finished a tie game with Ronaldo's team, we would have made it to the World Cup. Portugalia. Portugalia. I keep forgetting the country's name. Yeah, Portugal. If we had finished a tie, Portugal, we would have done it. But back to my conversation, back to the topic that I was speaking about earlier with Mr. Stephen A. Racist Smith. You let a lot of us down, my friend. We did not expect those stupid comments to come out of your mouth. You should never bring race into sports. It's one of the worst things I think anyone, doesn't matter if you're a sport analyst or you're just a sports fan, you should never bring race into the conversation. The skin color has nothing to do with your sport that you're playing. Think about it. Think about this way, for instance. Imagine if someone came out and said, if Argentina only had black players, oh my God, they would never have a chance to win the World Cup. How is that fair? How is that a normal sports analyst conversation to be having? What does a black or white player have to do with anything with the team's success? You could be a white basketball player that could be an amazing player. You could be a black basketball player that you could be an amazing. Obviously, we've seen both of them. Let's not forget the GOAT, the ultimate GOAT, Michael Jordan. I'm a big fan of Michael Jordan. I grew up, I was thankful, so lucky to be a fan of Michael Jordan. I never got to witness live games of Larry Bird. He was also a legend, right? Come on, let's be real. Larry Bird was also an amazing, oh, go figure, a white basketball player. I will lose the next game. Or you're probably talking about Argentina. Nah, bro. Go check yourself. Switzerland? You think we're going to lose to Switzerland? Better check yourself, my friend. Ain't that? Nah. The only team that scares me this year in this World Cup that could take out Argentina is France and France only. No one else. By the way, hit the like button if you're a sports fan. Hit the like button if you're a FIFA World Cup fan. Let me get some likes in this mother effer. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that likes going up, man. You got the World Cup going on. I'm taking some time to speak to you guys to bring you some knowledge about some racist comments and talk some World Cup, and no one's hitting the like button, guys, you got to do me better, bro. Because of your fucking Messi, Ronaldo did not win. Wah. They're both amazing athletes, except one has a team around him, and the other is just an individual star. Let's take a wild guess. Who's who? Who do you think has an amazing team around him? That would be Messi. Who has an individual amazing talent but with no team surrounded? That would be our Ronaldo. What is your final prediction if France were to meet Argentina in the? Oh, let me take a wild guess. I think I've seen this episode once already, my brother. I'm gonna go ahead and say Argentina back to back. Never done, never said before in the World Cup. Back to back. How you like me now? I'm man. When I got this jersey on, I'm never gonna doubt the goat. Never. If you're a basketball fan, you might have heard this by a uh, very talented, very amazing basketball coach from the Houston Rockets, Tom. I forget his name. But when they won the championship, they were down, I believe, 3-1, and the Rockets came back and won the NBA Finals. And he took the microphone and said, "Never, never underestimate the heart of a champion, ladies and gentlemen." And that is a fact. And I say that about my champion. I say that about Argentina. I say that about Messi, the one and only GOAT of the sport. We could have an argument about Pele. Pele was also an amazing, you know, but I never got a chance to watch him. I'm much younger. But when I speak to my parents and my older cousins, everyone says Pele was another on another level. But I grew up watching two amazing athletes, Messi and Ronaldo. I love both of them watching individually. But like I say, one has a team that is 100% supporting and is a very, very experienced playing together. And the other one is Ronaldo, which unfortunately they don't have that much experience playing together. I don't know what it is, man, but this guy always gets knocked out of the World Cup and it's heartbreaking. I would wish to see. I would not hate. I would not be upset to see Ronaldo take one. You know, but as long as they only want to make him the star, you could never win a team that way. You could never complete a World Cup championship just with one player wanting to be the star. It takes 11 plus to be a great team. It's going to be a draw and two penalties. France lifted the cup. You know, if Argentina won FIFA would be sad. You think so, huh? You think it's that serious? All right, we'll see. We'll see, brother. We'll see. The Egyptians made you cry and you want because. What are you talking about, bro? What is this confused Muhammad? What are you talking about, buddy? Ain't nobody crying. We don't cry. All right, brother? Ain't no crying happening at all. It's either we win or we come back 4 years later and do it all over again. Me as a fan, I could only ask for an amazing, truly hell of a game. Exciting, fun. That's it. I support whoever is the best team. If I think that the Egyptians were doing it and they deserved it, you would never hear me hide from that or bring up any excuses like you're doing right now. Oh, we were winning until this, until now. The winners win, the losers find excuses. Never forget that, brother. Winners win, and losers are always looking for excuses. So go to the next page and continue looking for your excuses. But as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, you go home, and Argentina faces the next challenge. Switzerland, get ready because you're about to get the smackdown by the one and only Messi, the true GOAT of soccer. We just double check one thing real quick. The only sad thing is there's no games till Thursday. So we're going to have to find something else to watch and be entertained until the next matchup, which is Thursday. But I still think 2026, it's Messi's year yet again. The only Argentina stopper this year is only France and France only. So if France make it till the end and they end up facing each other, that's gonna be a tough one. Argentina will need to bring on the powers and plus because they're gonna be facing a hungry Mbappe and an entire hungry France team. And if the French are able to pull it off, then all credit gives goes to them. I will never ever hide. I will come back on this live and I'll give everybody on this chat props, whoever claims France is taking it. So let me know. Type in the chat if you're thinking France or Argentina is taking the final. I don't want to hear any other team. Just the France or Argentina. Who do you think is taking the final cup this year? Let me know in the chat. With that said, guys, I'm gonna have to say good night. What do we got here? Yeah, bro, I put all my money on France versus Argentina final, and I'm hoping that they will meet in the. So do I, brother. So do I. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. You'll be helping me out a lot. I am with you on that. I am hoping and praying. Look at that. I got my fingers crossed that the French and Argentina will meet in the finals. Let's go, Argentina. Let's go, baby. You guys enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup. Stay safe. Mike Agajanian saying good night and God bless. Let's go, Argentina. And I think Stephen A. Smith is needs to be taken care of. He should not have a job representing ESPN with his racism. So please make sure that you share this video, you like this video. We got to get these racists off of sports channels. As sports fans, we only want to hear sport related analysts, nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing about your racist, stupid comments. If you don't like white people, then get another job. If you don't like black people, then get out of sport analyst and don't talk about it. Don't represent anything because racism is not welcomed anywhere. Not even in this world that we live in has enough racism. I don't want to turn the TV on and hear more racism from a punk that is paid to speak about sports, not race. If you're a white basketball team, you have no chance of winning a final. You have no chance. No one's going to speak about it, so I'm going to speak about it. Shut your, you know what. Hit the like button if you haven't done so. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Let's get this video a lot of attention and let's hype it up. Let's represent pure, loving, caring human beings. No races are welcome. By the way, if I didn't mention this, let me make sure I do. Let's go. Argentina, baby. Messi, back to back. World Cup coming. Stay tuned. 2026.